These three types of posts on social media have been growing my business for the last 4 years. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how they work so that you can copy them, because social media is hard until you post like this. Let's begin with the main problem most people face, which stops them from using social media to grow their business. It goes like this. They sit down to plan their week of content, but don't have any structure around what role each post is playing. Then they spend hours creating this content, but none of it is actually doing what it needs to for their business. So they end up feeling like social media is work for nothing. Now I know this because I've been there, posting but not really understanding what each post should be doing, which means each week I'm working hard just on the wrong things, because I never optimized my posts for my business. Now this is what I call throwing spaghetti at the wall, and it is the mistake that I see so many people making. And it's the opposite of what the best performing businesses are doing, because they do not post at random. They know exactly what each post is doing for their business. And it's actually much simpler than people think, because you only really need to be posting 3 types of content. Now, the important distinction between these pieces of content is that each plays a different role in your content strategy. So I'm going to show you what this actually looks like. The first type of content is educational, just like these tutorials and deep dives. And their job is simple: to demonstrate that you know your stuff. Now, I do this in a number of ways. The first is by debunking common misconceptions, just like I did with this recent post on core strength. The second is explaining relatable struggles like this backbend video and offering helpful tips. And the third is pose breakdowns like this post, where I offer alignment advice and modifications. The important thing to remember with educational posts is to go deep, because the internet is full of surface level information now, and giving someone 3 tips for this or how to do that doesn't cut it anymore, because it feels vague and lazy. And we are in a different era of social media now, where people question more, they are much more critical, and they want more detailed explanations. So when you create educational content, remember to answer all the questions that might be coming up in the viewer's mind to make it genuinely helpful. Now, this is what will build trust, and that trust is what will eventually convert a follower into a buyer. The second type of content you need to post is entertaining, just like these vlogs and behind the scenes posts. Now, their job is to humanize you, because people don't connect to brands, they connect to people. And people need to feel connected to you before they'll ever consider buying from you. And just in case you're private like me and you're worrying that you need to go sharing your whole life story, you don't. You don't have to share everything. The important thing is that people get to know you beyond the business. And I like to do this by talking about my movement routines and my hobbies, just like how I recently took up skating. Or I'll share behind the scenes of what actually goes into the business. Now, if you're wondering how this type of content actually helps your business, just think about the last time you bought something from someone you follow online. Now, I'd be willing to bet it wasn't the tutorial that made you buy it. It was the moment you felt like they got you. It was a video where they said something that you thought privately but had never thought out loud. It was a behind the scenes that showed you what they were really like. Or it was a story that made you feel like, okay, I like this person. Now, entertaining content is what does that. It's the difference between someone thinking that was helpful and someone thinking, I really like them. And when someone likes you, they are much more likely to buy from you. Now, the third type of content you need to be posting is conversion-based content. Now, this is content that directs someone to take a next step, like this. Just quickly, if you want access to the content system that makes running content for your business possible and profitable, click the link in the description. Now, just like educational content, conversion content needs to follow a specific structure. Here are 2 of my favorites that work every single time. The first is called the Myth Buster, This structure works by taking a piece of conventional wisdom and dismantling it logically with a strong argument, then finishing with a natural next step, which is your offer. You can use this when you have content that challenges a widely accepted approach in your field and you can back it up with an alternative, clearly. Now, this framework works so well that I turn it into a template inside the content system so that I can repeat it. And every single time I do, I get results like this. Now, another structure is called the common mistake. Now, this works by identifying a mistake your audience is likely making and showing them an alternative. So it builds authority by demonstrating that you understand why people get it wrong in the first place and can offer them the right approach instead in the form of an offer. Now, what makes these structures so effective is that they don't feel like a sales pitch. They are conversion-based content disguised as educational content. They don't go in with the call to action first. They explain in simple terms and create a strong argument that supports the value of the offer. Now, these posts form the strategy I use every month, and it's how each of these posts not only generate me an income from the platform I post them on, but also help to sell my programs for free, meaning my ad spend is minimal. Now, here's how I structure this into a weekly content plan where each post is doing what it needs to support my business. I typically cycle between each type of post, alternating daily, and I aim to post 6 to 7 times per week. But even if you posted 3 times a week, you could still hit each of these and know that the content you are posting is doing what it's supposed to do. Now, the honest truth is, everything I've shown you in this video works. This is genuinely what has grown my business, and it will work for you too. But knowing the strategy and being able to execute it consistently every week are two very different things, because I know for a fact most people watch a video like this, feel genuinely inspired, open their notes, write content plan at the top, and then life happens. And that page stays blank because they know the strategy, but not how to implement it. Now, the content system exists to solve this. It's one place where your entire content operation lives. It gives you the framework to generate ideas that are already likely to perform, the workflow and templates that makes content creation efficient and means you're not rebuilding from scratch every single time, and the review process to make sure that each week you are doubling down on what's working instead of hoping for the best. All of this is in one place, built around the exact strategy I've walked you through today. Now, the problem most people have isn't knowing what to post. It's that their content process is scattered. Ideas are in their notes app. Half-finished scripts are in their drafts. Their best performing posts are just sitting there in an archive doing nothing. There's no single place where it all connects. The content system changes that. It turns this from a strategy you understand into a process you can actually run week after week without the Sunday night panic, without staring at a blank page, without spending 3 hours on a post that gets 11 likes. Yes, we've all been there. And here's the thing about posting without a system. The cost isn't just one bad week of content, it compounds. Every week you're creating without clarity is another week your audience isn't growing. It's another week your offers aren't selling, and it's another week you start to convince yourself that social media just doesn't work for your business. When the truth is, it was never the platform, it was always the process. And that's exactly what the content system fixes. You know exactly what your content needs to do. The system is how you make sure it actually does it every single week. The link is in the description.